Evening, everybody,
Evening, guys.
and
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas from us both.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Good to see you all on this festive evening.
Yeah.
Me and Andy have
Glad.
come prepared with our Christmas jumpers.
Do you like it? I'll
Oh,
stand up a little bit.
oh, what's down the bottom there?
Just a bit of Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, that is great. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Love that. I've just got a plain old jumper on, but it's Christmassy, so Merry Christmas.
Very is. Yeah, very, very warm in this house. But,
Yeah, I'm going to see how long I can keep it on for, but at some point it might come off. The shirt might come off even, who knows? See how lucky you get.
That's one for the archives. If that comes.
Yeah, exactly. How are you doing today, mate?
Good. Yeah, really good. Had a afternoon in the garden. Just chilling out, really. So yeah. What about you? What have you done? Anything?
Nice. No, we've had a really chilled day today. Just taking it easy around the house. Got the paddling pool out, put the slide into the paddling pool, which is hazardous but fun. So
Nice.
yeah, it's been a good day, mate, and I've enjoyed it. And I believe, Andy, if I'm not mistaken, that the next set of fixtures take place on Boxing Day, which I believe is your 16th birthday.
17th.
17th. Nice. That's very exciting. So we're looking forward to that.
It was a great day.
We're well and truly into the festive period with your birthday, with Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat Boxing Day. Boxing Day for me is the best day of the year. So it's festive food, watching the football, drinking lots.
Nice.
Love it.
Getting your birthday presents as well. 2 days of presents.
Yeah, I'm just sat there and people just give me stuff, food, drinks, birthday presents. I'll just consume it all. So love it.
Love that. Great. Well, we've got a few bits to get through tonight, so should we crack on?
Yeah, I mean, just explain what we're going to do tonight, shall I?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Run through. So obviously have a look at game week 18, the carnage that was.
Mm-hmm.
So 4:30 yesterday afternoon was one of the highlights of the season when that team news leaked. Team news dropped on James's stream. We were all laughing. It's great stuff. So we'll have a look at game week 18, all the stats and all the usual stuff. We're going to look as well a little bit in depth about how we're going to move from the sheets, sad times, to the website, which is going to be even better times. So we'll have a look at that. Dave will talk you through how it's going to work and what's going to happen. So, and if you in that part as well, just fire questions and we can try and answer as much as we can on the stream. We'll look at club by club, preview the game week 19. Arsenal v United is a big game. So yeah, and just usual stuff really. So,
great. That sounds good, mate. Cool. Well, let's crack on then. Good to see lots of people in the chat. Happy Boxing Day Eve, everyone says. Good to see so many people in there. But we'll start off with the rounding up the fixtures from the week just gone. Remind ourselves what happened yesterday. I don't know what you thought, Andy. It felt like one of those. It was a very low scoring game week, basically, in general.
Yeah, it was. I mean, until that last minute Fulham third goal, no other team scored 3.
Yeah,
it was very low scoring, and not much drama apart from the team news, really.
Yeah,
couple of red cards.
Yeah,
Charlton winning at Tottenham was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, by Champman weeks it was a quiet one, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely so.
But we'll go to Arsenal first here. Arsenal winning 2-0, mentioned in the commentary yesterday, but it was an absolute demolition job, this one. Obviously,
look at that.
It was incredible, 20 shots to 0. There's a few games like this yesterday. Melberg sent off was obviously the final nail in the coffin there. But you can see there, Thierry Henry, 7 shots, 6 on target. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst as well, 5 shots with 4 on target. Just tons of chances created. Arsenal, really good. Yeah. Aston Villa, after an excellent game week the week before.
Great for Schmeichel owners.
Yeah, exactly. He's had a nice one, hasn't he? So I think he got 7 points despite conceding 2. So a good game week for Schmeichel. But I think you can't really judge Villa on this. Down to 10 men. Luke Disable called out that they're a team to watch now, going forwards at least. And I think you can't really judge the forwards on this, really.
Yeah, I mean, look at the midweek result they had. Game week 17, the 6-1 win. Dion Dublin hat-trick. King Kenny gets some more attacking. So
yeah,
the Villa attackers are an option.
Yeah, I think they're becoming an option too. Agree with that. Bolton 1, Leicester 2. So, very even game. We can see, we'll go with Leicester the winners first. James Scowcroft, he also had 1 disallowed there, 3 shots, 2 on target. McAnuff getting a bit involved. down on the key passes side. McAnuff also with a couple of key passes, so perhaps unlucky to only score a 7 there, but he's a nice out of position option. Well, he's not out of position actually. He's a midfielder.
Just a cheap option, isn't
cheap midfield option if he can keep that place. And then for Bolton, last week, Andy, you called out Henrik Pedersen as a good pick. He went and got an assist and a man of the match after he got. Did he get a brace in the week?
He did, I believe, last Sunday as well. That I sat here and said, I think Henrik Pedersen's going to get a brace against that unfit Charlton team, and lo and behold, he did. So
Nice.
I'm very happy. And also shout out to Samuel DB as well on the Wolfpack pod on Monday night. He called out Pedersen as well, so
Yeah,
fair play to him.
yeah, very nice. So Pedersen still continues to be a good option. I'm not sure there's tons of other options in Bolton, but yeah. Fulham 3, Derby 0. So Derby have more shots on goal in this game, which is quite interesting. But Fulham are the team we sort of associate as a really strong attacking team. Saha was starting in the absence of Marley. He got very involved. Morte with a goal and an assist. We're going to talk about Morte in a bit, I believe. Steve Finnan also, they're playing out on the right wing. Quite a few changes for Fulham in this match. It didn't get voted in as the lunchtime kickoff, but if it had have done, there would have been a few interesting bits and pieces there. But a few players missing out. Well, for Derby, you can see there the shots are coming from Powell, Ravanelli and Christie, really, with Christie also creating 3 chances. So Malcolm Christie could be a good differential option if you want to back Derby, who I believe have got some decent fixtures. Is that right?
I haven't checked Derby's fixtures, but let's have a quick look.
Here we go. We've got Sunderland home, Bolton home, Man United away bad, Middlesbrough home, Leeds home. So that's 4 out of 5 home fixtures.
Not too bad.
Before Ipswich away. I think that's a really lovely run they've got there, to be fair.
How much is Christie?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe 6 million. He's not loads.
I think it's a big punt to go Christie and take a forward spot on him.
Yeah, it is a punt. It's definitely a punt, but differentials can pay off, so you never know. Ipswich 2, Chelsea 1. Of course, the 3 defenders back here. Tariko, Bramble, Holy Trinity, all getting 2 bonus points yet again. They look great picks.
Although, incredible.
I've listened to a few pods. I've listened to Planet PR, I've listened to Wolf Pod, I've listened to Luke and Andy's pod, and I can't remember who it was, but someone said about Ipswich fixtures are turning. So that's something we could maybe think about. But in this game, it was pretty even. Chelsea actually had more shots on target in it. But here's Ipswich. Matt Holland was just everywhere in the commentary when I did it, creating chances, tackles, great performance basically. He got an assist, he got a goal, really involved.
Yeah, I mean, even with the fixtures turning though, if Ipswich are under the cosh, you've got those defenders just picking up key tackles and headers and getting the bonus points perhaps, even with the tough fixtures.
Yeah,
I still would hold on to them.
Still could be good picks, fair enough.
Yeah.
Chelsea here, I mean, there's such an unpredictable team, Chelsea, aren't they? Babayara getting a couple of shots away is interesting there, and Hasselbank, he's been disappointing, I think it's fair to say. Zenden played well when he came on, although those stats don't reflect it. He did play well when he came on, and he nearly scored, and I think Knight got the tap in on the rebound. Yeah, not much else to pick out there. I see the Pep Talk's asking for Julian Lescott's stats. We'll have a look at that on the Club by Club Pep Talk if you just remind us when we get there. Liverpool 1, Leeds 1, another absolutely one-sided affair. 1 shot for Liverpool, 7 for Leeds, but obviously again a red card game, and red cards do seem to have a massive impact on this game.
Yeah, I mean red cards just seem to be take a striker off and just try and defend.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like at most games.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't like Leeds played brilliantly after the red card. Only 7 shots in the whole game for them as well. So it's just Liverpool tend to get involved in these sorts of games. They're just dull affairs basically. So interesting, a couple of key tackles there for Jesse Dudek, but Huppier took the bonus points.
Yeah, Gerrard's creeping up as well.
He is, isn't he?
Recently, like he's coming with a few attacking returns. So.
Yeah, he is indeed. Maybe a good pick. I think he's 6.5. Do you like him as a pick?
Yeah, I mean Gerrard also comes on second half of the season, so his stats will improve because of his age.
I think he's actually pretty good already, to be fair. Look at that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think Gerrard's not a bad pick if you get a good fixture run with Liverpool. You've got Biscan, 5 million, but Gerrard maybe is a bit better for more attacking returns, perhaps slightly.
Yeah,
So worth the punt on that.
Yeah. Right, Leeds. 2 shots for Ian Hart, one of which was the penalty. McPhail, 2 shots and an assist, and Mark Viduka, 2 shots, and noticeably 4 key headers there for Mark Viduka as well, which is pretty massive. Kewell and Dakor getting involved there. But again, it was pretty low scoring. But I know a lot of people are beginning to look to Leeds, so that will be interesting to see how that shapes up in weeks to come. Right, Man United 2, West Ham 2.
Look at that team.
I mean, I said bloodbath in the commentary. That is horrendous, isn't it? Apart from for you, who's got Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes comes in for my zombies.
Gets you a solid 2.
Solid 2 points.
Yeah.
It helps.
I mean, again, there's not too much to say in this in a way, because obviously Man United almost a totally changed team. Dwight York still no goals, no assists in 15 games. I still can't work out what's happening there.
It's unbelievable. Never seen this happen.
It is unbelievable because there's a lot of games there. So Man United, no one really cares about those players, do they? Let's be honest. And then you go, West Ham, Canute and Di Canio getting involved there. Di Canio with a key pass, which was his assist, and then also a goal. Canute a goal. Di Canio was on a lot of set pieces as well. Luke's asking about whether Roy Carroll was injured. He was not injured. I'm expecting that this guy, Ricardo Leao, will play when Barthez is suspended. I don't think he's in the game at the moment. It might be Carroll, don't know, but yeah, he seems to be the second choice.
Just going back to West Ham as well, I think Canute is just ticking along nicely, and they've got a couple of good fixtures. The next 2 games are at home. I can't remember who they got, but 2 decent fixtures coming up for West Ham.
Yeah,
could be a punt there if you wanted to try something different with Canute.
They've got Bolton and Ipswich at home, but then they've got Borough and Leeds away. Leeds are not bad. It could be a
couple of fixtures.
2-week punt. Yeah. And West Ham, they play in the blank game week as well, so that is worth remembering as well. Middlesbrough 1, Newcastle 0. Middlesbrough flying at the top. Newcastle, they were missing their talisman Shearer. They're also missing Dyer, Robert, Solano. They're in all sorts of trouble. They're like 5 points adrift at the bottom. I reckon they'll get out of it, but they're in horrible form as a team.
Really bad.
Rickard was very lively again. Boxic didn't even get a shot away, as you can see in that game. He didn't get a key header. He did create a chance, but that's it. Windass was quite involved. Johnston, as always, involved. Noel Whelan was brilliant when he came on. Honestly, the commentary was like, he's run past 4 players, and he was so good.
Like Noel Whelan's renowned for running past 4 players.
Exactly.
Never in his career.
Yeah, exactly. Poor man's Matt Letizia, Noel Whelan. Like, you see he had the ability, but yeah. Dean Gordon was fit for this game, but he was on 81% fitness, so he wasn't injured, but just couldn't. Obviously, they didn't pick him because he wasn't fit enough. There's Newcastle.
Interesting to see the fitness of Middlesbrough players later on.
That will be
on 3.
Right, Southampton 2, Everton 0. Loads of chances in this game. 14 shots to 9 in Southampton's favour. I should say, before I say anything else, on the commentary I was getting excited because I thought, Petrescu, here we go. He's taking penalties, he's playing midfield, good signing. He's about to become suspended, so don't sign down Petrescu on that recommendation. Not that I'm sure you would. But Petrescu, man of the match performance there with 5 shots from right midfield, which is pretty impressive. But you can see Draper, Pahars, James Beattie getting 4 shots away. These are all pretty fringe picks. Litvain picking up a 9 out of 10 is worthy
that's nice
as well.
Fiorin is with him coming off the bench, which I saw, which is good. Nice little jammy pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Everton, what does that say there? Kevin Campbell getting a lot of shots.
Everton, just a depressing team, aren't they? There's nothing that stands out.
I agree.
Stubbs and Weir at push, but no.
Yeah. Have we got echo on the mic again, guys? I'm just seeing that. We'll keep checking, but we'll keep chatting if not. I'll keep an eye on the chat for that. Sunderland 2, Blackburn 1. Again, quite a lot of chances in this game. I suspect because Sunderland scored quickly early on, and then Blackburn come out of their shells, and they're actually a good team when they come out of their shells and play. So no echo, that's good, thank you. Gerald Sibon and Kevin Phillips both getting plenty of chances. What else have we got here? George McCartney creating a couple of chances from centre back.
Lovely.
Julio Arca, who you love,
Legend.
He got an assist. Oh no, he didn't. Sorry, he got a key chance created and a goal. Do you seriously think he's a good pick?
I do. I mean, it is tough to go on him now with 3 away fixtures coming up. But I still think he can get attacking returns. I still like him a lot. And he does sometimes switch into that left midfield and swap with Gray. So
yeah, hard to make a case when they got 3 away games, like you say. I think that's
it was good to have him in the last 2, and I thought he was going to return well in like these 2 fixtures just gone.
Yeah,
but jumping on him now, I think he can wait for another time later in the season, perhaps.
Yeah, nice.
But still great. I love him. So
nice. Blackburn, Matt Jansen at 8 shots. That's pretty much the most shots I think I've seen all season from anyone. Only 2 on target, but obviously he's been at the centre of their attack there. Craig Hignett creating 3 chances. He's also on penalties. He's an unlikely pick, isn't he? But you never know. Not much to report at Blackburn, I don't think. And then Tottenham, and second disappointing result of the week for them. A defeat at home to Charlton. They had more shots. They were on top. Charlton, I don't know. I've never seen Charlton do this well. Have you, Andy?
No, not at all. Like, normally bottom 5, definitely every time. But just seem to be scraping results.
Yeah.
Like not performing the best head to head, but just kind of getting over the line.
Yeah. And you can see there that Bartlett getting lots of chances up front, got his goal obviously. Jason Wilcox, 6 key passes, that's massive. That's 6 chances created basically. He got 1 assist, but he looks like a really good option, just ticking along at about 5.5 million. I think he's a solid choice if you're looking for a sort of 4th, 5th midfield slot.
Mm-hmm.
And here's Spurs. Rebrov much quieter than normal in this game. Selakovic heavily involved with 3 shots, a key pass as well. Simon Davis is another one I just wanted to flag. I mean, these stats aren't exactly anything to write home about, with like one key pass, 1 header, but he seems to have nailed down a spot. He's got 4 assists in 8 starts. He's cheap.
Starting, yeah, I do like him.
Yeah. He could be one to consider if you're looking for a cheap Spurs asset.
Yeah, I mean, Poyet keeps ticking along nicely though.
Yeah, Poyet's doing very well, isn't he? I mean,
Poyet's done it right.
Can't argue with that. 3 goals, 7 assists in 16 games. Nice 7.5 average rating. I think he remains a good pick.
Yeah. What do you think about? Because obviously you've got Poyet and Sheringham for Tottenham. Obviously this Christmas run is going to be littered with rotation, I would reckon. But more for the older players. So do you think people like Poyet and Sheringham are more susceptible to rotation?
Yeah, I mean, Sheringham is one who I think I would stay away from now, just because he's getting older. As you see his acceleration pace, I don't know if they were that at the start, but they sort of can drop a little bit. I think Sheringham I would stay away from. Poyet I would not be too worried about. They've not got tons of other options, so I wouldn't be. They've got Richard Johnson here who came on really late. I think I wouldn't be worried about Poyet. Sheringham I would potentially be looking at other options to cover, because they've got Everson who's not played much recently. They've got Selakovic, they've got Rebrov. Poyet could even play in the hole. I personally would probably look to move him if I didn't have any fires to fight.
And their fixtures turn as well, so I think a lot of people are looking from Tottenham to Leeds assets now. Yeah. Where the fixture swing is, so.
Yeah. I mean, from an attacking point of view, Leicester away, Blackburn away, Leeds at home, Fulham away, they feel like not bad for attackers, but for any sort of defensive players. Yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to back them anyway, are you, to be fair?
No.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be panicking, to be fair. That's the results. We are through the results. Should we have a quick chat about the transition into sheets?
Yeah, please do. And if you've got any questions as we're going through, look, we'll let Dave chat a bit about it and say what's going to happen, and then if you've got any questions, then fire away.
I'm just going to quickly get up the website. So I'm sure everyone in the stream already knows about this, because you guys are the best ones. Don't tell anyone else we said that, but you are. So if you go to fantasychampman.com, and it should load quicker than this if you're not streaming a stream. We'll wait for that to load while we're chatting. Basically, the headlines are we're moving the game from the sheets to the website after game week 19. We've obviously been doing a weekly game in game week 17, 18, and we will do another weekly game in 19. But from game week 20, we're going to launch a second half league for new players. That's why it's not loading. Oh, people can see my email. I don't care. Let me just log in. So we're going to launch a second half league for new players, which is very exciting. So if you know people who have said they'd like to join, and they'll be welcome into the community with open arms. So open for new players and a second half league, but also for existing players, after game week 19, we are going to open up a little box at the top of the screen, and it's going to say import your team. Now you need to make sure you import your team between game week 19 and 20. It's super simple. Couldn't be more straightforward. All you have to do, your sheet has a unique ID on it, and again that will all be made clear on the website. You just have to copy and paste your unique sheet ID into your team page, and your team will import into your profile, and that's it. So, and it will match up with your team name, all of that stuff, and you'll be ready to go. From that point in time, you will manage your team from the website. So after game week 19, the sheets will not open again. So I just want to take a moment as well. I know James Alaprin is a very modest man. He's a lovely man. He doesn't want a big song dance made, which is fair enough. But once again, I just can't say thank you enough to James for all of the hours and hours and hours and weeks of work that he has put into the sheets and to make them so brilliant. There's been plenty of people saying we're going to miss them and we love them, and I agree, they're amazing, and we will also miss them. But a big thank you to James for all the work he's done there. He'll still be really involved and doing things behind the scenes. But yeah, the sheets won't open again after 19. And basically what we need to do is we need to update the sheets after game week 19. So it'll probably be like Thursday night, Friday morning, something like that. A box will pop up on the website, and at that point we'll be asking people to move across. We've got about 1,000 people who have created accounts already on the website. I think over 1,000. That's pretty much most of the players who are actively playing. Although having said that, there's going to be some new people in that. We know there's some new people playing. It's been good to see that. So please help us get the message out after game week 19 once that box opens up. Please tell people about the game. Please make sure that people who are playing know they need to move across. Now, to facilitate moving it across, we're going to actually have a little bit of a longer pause between game week 19 and game week 20. We've thought a lot about it, and we think the best thing to do is to basically leave a week between game week 19 and game week 20. I know that's going to be disappointing to some people, but we really think it's for the best. We want to look after everyone. We want to make sure that everyone makes the transition, that no one's left behind. So next weekend, Saturday, game week 20 won't be next Saturday, it'll be next Wednesday. So we'll have game week 19 this Wednesday, game week 20 the following Wednesday. Is there anything to add to that, Andy?
Not at all, no. I mean, so when you import the team, people will have the same amount of chips as they've had already, and everything like that will be exactly the same. And the points will be identical to what they have. New players will get 4 chips.
Yeah.
So new players will start at a fresh team. They'll have a second half of league, so they won't be involved in the overall league.
Yeah.
And start from fresh with that.
Yeah.
But everyone will be involved in the second half league.
Yeah.
So if existing players, you've saved all 4 chips, you'll get those 4 chips for the second half of the season.
Yeah.
And perhaps you want to be more competitive in that league than you are overall. So it's up to you.
Yeah, exactly. Gary Smith, I've got no chips. You get your wild card, Gary, for the second half, so you can use that at least. But we think I think it was posted. I'm not sure it's been posted yet, but we've got the statistics, and actually loads of chips still left in the first half of the season. If you haven't already played your wildcard, by the way, play it this week, because this is your last week to play your first half wildcard. Play it before game week 19, because once we get into the second half of the season, obviously that first one is gone. So what we're going to do, Pete's quite saying no Sunday stream either. Panic not. We have put things in place for next weekend, or we're putting them in place as we speak. So got some actually very cool stuff. So Saturday afternoon, Andy, do you want to say about what we're going to be doing Saturday afternoon?
So Saturday afternoon, head on to the Twitter account, 3 till 5. There'll be some fun polls going on about the first half of the season. And just interact with that. It'll be a lot of fun for a couple of hours, and tune in for that.
Yeah, we'll be having a look at some sort of fun little awards of best, worst, most fun moments of the first half of the season. And then I'm really excited about next Sunday's stream, because next Sunday we're going to have a bit of a panel. We're going to take the opportunity to look back at the first half of the season and to look ahead and preview the second half of the season. And we are going to be joined by some lovely special guests who are James from Planet FPL. We're going to be joined by Luke, Disable, and I believe James Alaprin will also be joining us.
Yes, James Alaprin's here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to have 5 of us, and it'll just be good fun, have a laugh, but also take a chance to look back and look forward on the season so far at the halfway point. Yeah,
I think it's good to have a week break as well, because it's halfway through the season. Any issues at all? Because we're going to run some issues like come next Friday, Saturday. So it's good to just iron out every issue that we have, make sure everything's set up for the following Wednesday. So don't be too disheartened with a week break. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the reality is we might not be able to start importing teams till Friday morning. It's just not realistic to expect 1,300 people plus new players to import, get everything started from Friday morning to Saturday lunchtime. It's just not going to happen. So from about Friday morning-ish, you'll be able to import your teams, and you've got all the way up to next Wednesday. And I think the polls thing we've only been chatting about today, but to me it looks really fun. And actually, we talk about our favourite moments as the little group of us who run it, and there were so many great moments coming up. It just made me think, it's been so fun.
So fun, yeah.
So I think
stuff like troll of the season and stuff like that is going to be great.
Yeah, exactly. So it will be fun next weekend, and there'll be a chance to have a little break, and then we'll be back into it game week 20 next Wednesday. So we've got this Wednesday, then next Wednesday. Right, one other thing I just wanted to flag before we move on to sort of back into the game world again is we've had quite a few people join us in the last week, join our little team to help us, because obviously moving to the website is a big thing. We've got loads of work. It takes lots of work anyway, but there's a lot to do second half. So just wanted to shout out to a bunch of guys who have joined us to help us. So Talon Nadeem and FPL Panda have joined us to help us with the spreadsheets. So massive thanks to those guys. Rory, who I can see in the chat, evening Rory, he is joining, he's doing a bit of work with Sean, Ragtime Willie, who is built the website. So James and Sean and Rory are doing some work together on that. So Rory's been brilliantly helping us work out the bugs and help make the website better. Rob,
some great ideas today as well, even just coming in like this weekend about how to make the website better. So it's going to be really, really great come game week 20.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing actually. Do you know, everyone's obviously doing this in their own time. I feel like if we were doing this as jobs, we could smash this and make this website. I say we could watch the others smash this.
Yeah, I could stand back and watch.
Yeah. But there's some very talented people behind the scenes. Rob Pick has joined us. Well, obviously he's been doing the Scout website, but Rob's getting more involved behind the scenes. He's going to be doing some stuff with match days, with commentary, various bits and pieces. Motley Barnets, if you are speaking to the official account, then Motley Barnets is going to be behind there more often than not, and he's helping stuff. He's also put together a really good FAQ document for the move to the website, and he's put some time into that. So put that. And Rob Pick has also refreshed the how to play for new players. Evening, Rob Pick. Nice to see you in the chat, mate. And then a couple of Lordy Leroy's been helping us all season. He's a legend. He's been doing some work behind the scenes.
So good.
Yeah, so good. And he's sort of officially joined us as well. And finally, if you didn't hear about it already, Luke Disable is going to be doing an official stream video on this channel on Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. after James's stream. He'll be giving an end of the week reaction, sharing the news, suspension news, injury news, all that sort of stuff, and being here to give you advice.
Yeah, after party on Wednesday. So
yeah, after party, nice. So and also of course Sean, Ragtime Willie, who's already come on board as well. But just wanted to give all of those guys a shout out. It takes a lot of time, and we really appreciate the hours that you guys have put in already and will continue to put in. So thank you to you guys.
Great work, honestly, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Onwards, Andy. We're into club by club already.
Yeah, I mean, just look at some team stats if you would.
Yes, I can do that.
And some yellow cards, people creeping up on the suspensions, I guess.
Yeah. Can I say one other quick thing on the website I forgot to say?
Yeah.
Just a flag. In general, it's very similar to FPL, and one similarity, which is different to the sheets, is that when you make a transfer on the website, that transfer is logged. you can't undo it. On the sheets you can undo it. On the website you can't undo it. So that if you're fiddling around making transfers, just know those transfers all count. So be careful.
Yeah, treat the website like you would FPL. So like if you save your team, that's locked in. You can't adjust it. Yeah.
Yeah, and certain chips can't be unplayed, just like FPL. It will warn you, but same thing. Right. What do you want to see, Andy? Tell me.
Home and away table, actually, as well. Can you go to that, please?
Yeah. Right, here we go. Do you want to talk us through it?
I mean, Middlesbrough smashing it, home and away.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, still, like, look at Leeds. Conceded 1 goal at home. Is that 1 goal? Did I see that?
Oh, yeah, good spot. And Arsenal only 3 goals in 8 matches as well.
So you've got to fancy Leeds at home.
Yeah. I mean,
home fixtures coming around, you get some good defenders in there.
Yeah, I mean, Ipswich as well, to be fair. 7 in 11 is very good. No defeats at home. They're not prolific, obviously, but their defenders look like great. They're going away a lot now, though.
They've had, how many fixtures? 11 at home.
11 at home, but looking down here, they've only got 4 points from 7 away games, conceded 17.
Yeah, it's very much a home and away team, a bit like Blackburn, really.
Yeah, it doesn't very well. Fulham, by the looks of it as well, really shocking. Worst team in the league away from home there, which is interesting. Chelsea obviously having a shocking season as well, down low. Borough, bulletproof.
Yeah, just had a quick look as well at the teams that have played 11 games away, so they're obviously going to be decent second half of the season. Because they've got more home fixtures. You know how much home fixtures are strength. Yeah,
so we've got Leicester, Charlton, Derby, Chelsea, all have got a good bunch of home. And Ipswich, conversely, they've played the most home games of everyone. Yeah. So only 7 played away. Anything else you want to see in this area, Andy?
Just player stats. No, nothing from their table. Just player stats, average rating done on the match report. Yellow cards. Yeah,
so you can see the average rating table there. I mean, these ones are shared anyway, but let's have a look at the tackles per game. That one's still... I mean, these are getting sort of solidified now. These players are in there every week now because the averages are getting close. Yeah. Right.
Did you see the yellow cards?
Yellow cards, sorry mate, I didn't hear you say that. Yellow cards, so you've got a number of players there on the edge of suspension. Schwartz, John Collins, Ekiog, Robbie Keane, Roy Keane and Klaus Lundekvam all on the edge of suspensions. Now some of these 3 yellow card players might also be, if they've picked up bookings in the League Cup, they may also be on the edge. But we'll see that when we go through club by club, because it will display there.
Yellow card will come up, won't it? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we're whizzing through, mate. Should we go for club by club?
Yes, please. Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
We've got some Liverpool transfer news, haven't we?
We do. I've just realised one other thing that we should talk about that someone asked us a question about. I think it was Pep Talk, and it's worth touching on it. Someone saying, what are we going to do? The Premiership's coming back. The Premier League, rather, is coming back. What are we going to do about it? The bottom line on that one is we're waiting for the fixtures to come out. We love the Premier League. We love FPL. That's why we set it up. So we'll be trying to come up with a solution that works for everyone. Now, James and FPL Captain have said they're happy to keep streaming as long as it doesn't clash with Spurs and as long as we can sort of practically make it work. So I think the streams will continue, but it's just a question of how we time those, where we slot them in, all that sort of stuff. If you've got an opinion on it, feel free to tweet it to us, send it over. We can't guarantee we'll do exactly what you want, but there's various decisions to be made. Like, do we keep the deadlines the same every week like they are at the moment? Do we move fixtures around? Do we go for late slots, 8 PM slots? I mean, there's going to be plenty of dud games. Ian McAllister has moved the games to Friday, suggested. I mean, they're playing Premier League games literally every night of the week.
Every day. I can't believe how selfish they've been.
I know. They can't know about this. Maybe we should send them a message. But yeah, so...
They won't respond, Dave. We know that.
Yeah, exactly. We know. There's actually only 6 game weeks I've calculated where I think... there's only 6 game weeks where it's sort of going to be a full programme of fixtures, because other ones are blank game weeks or the FA Cup. So it's all TBC basically, but we want to listen to you guys. We want to do what's good. We also need to do what works for us, and James and Captain need to do what works for them. So I'm confident we'll come up with a good solution. There might be a little bit of overlap here and there, but I think we'll work something out, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking all the time, and we're just waiting for the fixtures, and we can sort out schedules on there. So as soon as we know, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
It's fine. But we're here for the season.
Yeah, we're not going to stop. Right. So let's have a little look at sort by selection. So Robert Pires has picked up an injury. He's been on good form in the last few games.
He's had a big game as well.
Yeah, he's now out for 10 days. So does that have an impact on any particular Arsenal players that might interest you for that little run, do you think? Maybe does it make the likes of Tickenoff more appealing?
Not really for me.
Yeah.
They got United next, which is going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
I don't really like Arsenal's midfield at all. I mean, Perez was starting to show a bit of form.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that he'd show a bit more form and people would start talking about him more.
Yeah.
That injury, no.
That kills
no
that,
one there.
doesn't it?
Anyone for you, really?
No, I agree. I mean, Jeffers missed the last game. I still think Jeffers is worth thinking about as a budget player. I think the defence, I'd happily double up on Arsenal defence.
Yeah, Arsenal defence is good. And Henry.
Yeah. Ali Jafar there in the chat is back in Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. I think that's actually not a bad shout at all. But I still probably would, if you want an Arsenal midfielder, I'd go for that.
I wouldn't go Arsenal midfield unless it's Perez and I'm taking a gamble, but that's, he's injured.
I would go. Oh, someone saying yeah, great point. Adam France, he's going to be suspended soon. Don't buy Van Bronckhorst. And Brian Yule points that out as well. So yeah,
when's he banned?
Van Bronckhorst is banned. 3-match ban starting 30th, which I presume means that he will miss. Oh, so he'll play the next 2, but you're not going to pick him from Man United and Middlesbrough. Those are 2 tricky fixtures. Although interesting for Arsenal, you pointed out early, you did a tweet on the official account earlier, Andy. I mean, quoting Arsene Wenger, obviously. But if Arsenal win these 2 games in hand, they'll be up to 41 points. Obviously, it's only 1 game in hand on United, but United would then lose. It'll be a 6-pointer in effect. They'll be level with United, basically, if they win the next 2 games, in effect. Presumably United win their other game. So Arsenal actually quietly sneaking up. And Thierry Henry is another one who I think is worth just having a quick chat about.
Thierry Henry is so under the radar. Like, no one's talking about him.
I know.
His stats are there. He's scoring. He's getting attacking returns and bonus.
Yeah.
So no one's touching him.
14 attacking returns in 16 games. 5 man of the match. I mean, his average rating is just sort of Ruud van Nistelrooy's average rating. He's also had a red card in the mix to sort of mix it up and a couple of early subs. But those, I think, are pretty unlucky. So I think he's a very valid differential certainly when you look into this nice fixture run here when we get into January. Got Southampton at home, Newcastle away, Chelsea away, Newcastle home, West Ham home. That's a nice little run for Thierry Henry potentially.
Do you reckon you can double up on both? Would you play 2 up front and maybe have a cheap third striker?
Yeah. If you can do it, I mean, I think 2 big hitters is no problem. You know, you could have Veron Van Nistelrooy, you could have Veron Henry would be an interesting way to play it, and gamble against Van Nistelrooy, which although it's risky, I think that actually Henry can outscore Van Nistelrooy still. It's a risky pick, but I think Veron can outscore Van Nistelrooy as well. I think obviously the way this season has gone, Van Nistelrooy is the main man, but I actually think Henry can really perform.
Coming off Van Nistelrooy is a brave move with the ownership.
Yeah.
But if you want to make some ground, that's the best way to do it. To go Henry, captain him.
Yeah.
You've got Veron in your team perhaps as well.
I think if I was sitting, certainly sub 100, but maybe sub 50, I would think about that as seriously as a move. You might get punished, but I always think in FPL it's much better to get punished and finish 300 with the prospect of finishing first than safely take like 100th or 200th.
Yeah.
Onwards.
Yeah, I agree. The next 2 games is going to be great. It's great to see because if they do win both, they're right back in the title hunt.
Interesting. Pillows Beards pointing out Viduka's good fixtures and doubling up on RVN and Henry unnecessary though surely. I mean,
I was going to touch on Viduka later, but
okay. Should we come to him?
Yeah, we'll come to it later on.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I think you can fit him in as well. I think you could manage if you could have Veron, Henry, Viduka if you want to be differential, and then a budget third forward, budget mids. I think it's. Our 90 million zombie teams, they're doing a mixed level, but I've got like a Bournemouth at 8.5, Veron at 12, and a bunch of other good players around that. I think you could easily upgrade like a Boxic to. Basically, I think you've got money to make a good team still with 3 big hitters. It's a different way of playing, especially if you go for some solid defenders.
Yeah, but then you spread yourself too thin. I think 3 premiums, then you kind of take more hits from defence, and you want a couple of premiums in defence like Silvestre or Ashley Cole or Ian Hart. So then you start getting really thin, and your bench starts thinning out as well.
True.
So you end up with Gary McAllister and Klaus Jensen.
Yeah, you definitely don't. You definitely don't want that. Right, Aston Villa. Let's have a quick look through here. Ian Taylor is out for a month. Alpay is out for 10 days. Those guys got both injured in the space of 3 minutes in their last game. See, condition-wise, just like at Arsenal, all of those players are totally fine. Gareth Barry, someone's asking about, he just seems to have been dropped by Kenny Dalglish. He was having a decent season, but Kenny's obviously decided doesn't like him. Change of formation, and he's putting Alan Wright in at left back. So
I think Barry would come in now for Alpay though, for this game.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah, I would say so too. He's definitely the obvious choice.
Was Barry not even on the bench last game?
No, he wasn't even on the bench. No. So yeah, and it seems like Juan Pablo Angel is also out of favour. They've been playing Dion Dublin, who's got 7 goals in 9 starts, which is very nice. And Bosco Balaban, who's got 3 goals in 14, which is perhaps less appealing. Yeah. But I think Villa forwards, maybe Steve Stone could be one to consider. He's cheap and he's in the team now. I think if you want a cheap 5th mid, he could be a decent pick. Yeah, Lee Hendry, yeah. Paul Merson as well. I mean, they had a great game, didn't they? Game 4 last. What have they got up ahead? They've got Chelsea away, Leicester away. Maybe you'd want to wait till after that, I guess. And take the home fixtures a bit more. But they've got a decent run after that. But we won't spend too long on them. Blackburn Rovers. So as you can see again, condition-wise, the main players are all looking absolutely fine.
Mark Hughes still playing.
Mark Hughes still going strong. Still no man. Marlon Brooms is leaving on a Bosman at the end of the season. That's the headline at Blackburn. In other words, nothing to report. Should we move on from Blackburn?
Yeah, there's nothing there really.
No.
Unless anyone wants to see anything.
Yeah. If you want to see anything, try and get a bit ahead, but they've got tricky fixtures as well. Bolton. So Ricardo Gardner remains at 90%, but still is a long-term injury with. Oh, actually, 3 weeks to go for Ricardo Gardner.
3 weeks, nearly coming back.
So when will he be back then? We're looking at like middle of January. So potentially he'll be back around here.
Sunderland, Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe give him a couple of games there and could get him in for a run of Fulham, Spurs, Saints, Ipswich, Villa. That's not a great run, is it? Just get him in. He's a fun player to own. Love him.
Yeah, I mean we've got 3 players. You've got Arca, Gardner, and Gordon, who are very similar. All could get high attacking returns. I mean, I've seen seasons where Gardner gets 15 assists and 5 goals.
Yeah,
he is someone that can deliver like the other 2 as well.
Yeah.
So
he'll be playing wing back as well, so he'll be pushing forward and nailed. I think he's a really good option. Paul Warhurst played up front as well a couple of games. He's listed as a defender, so
it's 4.5, is he?
I think so, yeah. 4.5 defender playing up front. He's got 3 goals this season. He has subbed on a bit, which is a bit of a worry, but yeah. Other than that, though, Bolton again, nothing really to report here. Nishizawa's still suspended. That's not new. Gareth Farrelly has joined Barnet.
Like
Sorry, you go, mate.
I was just going to say, I mean, someone like Warhurst is perfect for the bench.
Yeah.
If you can call upon someone like that.
It's
fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's not nailed starter, but see here, Kevin Nolan and Neil Madsen, actually, just to point out, they're both a yellow card away from suspension. You've still got Kevin Nolan knocking around your team. Charlton, again, basically injuries seem to really be clearing up, which is good. Nothing to report injuries-wise or condition-wise. No suspensions there, as you can see, either.
Everyone's back and fit.
No problems, really, yeah.
I don't think Charlton have had many problems at all this year, really, have they?
No, they've had such a great season. Surprising. They're ninth.
Safe.
Yeah, doing well. Chelsea.
Big news. New manager.
Yeah, you can talk us through that, Andy.
I don't want to say too much. This is the guy, Graham Ricks. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, 4-4-2 attacking. We'll move on from him.
Yeah.
And Chelsea in general are Roberto Di Matteo, 90%, but he's still got 2 months left to come. And yeah, again, it's quiet on the club by club front today because there's not a lot to report. Ferrer still serving suspension, 1 match to go.
I would expect a lot more. I mean, with the midweek games, I would have thought fitness would be low, but it's looking fine so far.
Yeah, exactly. I was surprised, but basically in general, it's pretty good. But yeah, one thing, Andy, what do you think 4-4-2 means for Chelsea?
I think it's a good thing for Chelsea 4-4-2. You've got Zenden, is a good player in this game.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets down that left wing, I think it definitely benefits people like Hasselbank, who's good in the air and can score from headers, from crosses.
Yeah.
It could be a good gamble. I mean, do you think anyone else could play left midfield? I mean, Gronka can play there.
Yeah, Gronka can play there, but I mean, players obviously like Carboni and Stanch can play out wide, and maybe they will. I mean, I think Luke is in the chat, so he'll know. But I think that probably like Gronka and Zenden are sort of natural wide players, more than the other two are. Luke's calling out Babayaro becoming a great option at left back, so that's interesting. Because I suppose they've not got a lot else at left back, have they?
Gallas can play there, but I don't think he would.
Yeah,
they sold Lasso.
Yeah, exactly. I think that the problem with Chelsea is always rotation, isn't it? And I think maybe those guys, Zenden, Gronkia, Babayaro, Luke's calling out, will become good options.
So I think 4-4-2 and with Zola getting on, I can see it be Johnson and Hasselbank more.
Yeah.
And Zola is a bench option.
Yeah.
So I'd expect now is the time for Idik, Johnson and Hasselbank hopefully to come back in.
Yeah.
And if they do, and they're playing 4-4-2, they're playing attacking, they get a lot more chances, and those two strikers up top can bang them in.
Yeah. And they've got a nice run of fixtures as well. So if you do jump on for the Christmas run, you could actually potentially be in for some good stuff. So you've got Villa at home, Everton at home, Newcastle have Port away, West Ham away. So yeah, we've got some different stuff there.
Would you wait a game to see what Ricks does? New manager bounce to see what he sets up.
What did they play last game? That is a mad formation.
That's caretaker though.
Yeah. I would say So Zenden is the one who I think I go for. Because I think he's quality on this and he can get plenty of goals and assists. So he would be the one I'd be tempted to gamble on, but I guess as long as you're aware that he might be benched. But I would go for it.
Zenden pace 20 acceleration.
Yeah,
20 as well?
So yeah, Babayaro as well, both acceleration and pace 20. So that's a quick left flank. But people asking about, I see Hescobo's asking about what does it mean for Stanic. Someone's saying about Carbone as well. I mean, really, Luke, I expect he'll cover this on his midweek stream, which is obviously too late for 19. But I personally would steer clear of both of those players.
Why do they get Carbone? That's not the player they needed.
No, it's not the player they needed. Stanic, again, 1 goal, 1 assist in 13. He's a good player, but I would avoid.
Zenden's the man. I would. It's tough because the forwards are good in this game. Johnson, Hasselbank could bang at any time. Someone like Rebrov who can get a hat trick.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah, but again, 4 goals in 17. It's just another Robbie Fowler, isn't he?
He's better than that. Come on, he's no Robbie Fowler.
Yeah, I mean, they're a tricky one. I think it's probably a watching brief on the whole, unless you want to gamble.
Yeah, one game. See how they set up. See how they play.
Yeah, that game is Villa at home though, so I almost feel like that could be a five goaler.
Yeah, go with it. Go with Zenden or Hasselbank.
If you're a gambler, go for it. So Fabrizio Ravanelli is injured at Derby. He's out for 10 days. Which again, if you do want to punt on a cheap striker, Malcolm Christie is utterly nailed. He will miss Ravanelli up front, but he's an option. Aranio and Dino were already injured. And I don't think we've got much else to report here other than we'll show you Julian
Just
Lescott.
click on. Yeah. Also Carbonari as well. He keeps doing well with stats.
Carbonari, yeah, have a look at Carbonari in a sec. So this is something that Luke pointed out, that Lescott has 19 for jumping, which means he's going to win a lot of headers, which is important in the game. He's obviously only young, so he'll keep getting better and better, but 4.5 million, he's probably the Derby defender of choice. Carbonari, you were talking about. Let's find him. Where is he? I thought he'd be a star player.
I think he's further down.
There we go. He's got good stats. What were you thinking about Carbonari?
Yeah, average rating's not as high as I thought. No, I just thought he'd do better average rating wise, but
yeah, I mean, goal and assist, man of the match. He's 5 million.
No, it's not.
Leave him.
Yeah,
It does take some set pieces, but Everton, Paul Gascoigne, you've already tweeted this one out. 2 weeks out, injured for Gaza. He joins Gemmell, who's out for 2 weeks as well, and Ferguson's a long-term injury. Again, condition-wise, everyone at Everton is fine. I don't think there's many people who are going to be thinking too much about Everton.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to Gaza. Have a good one, mate. Take it easy.
He's got his Christmas off. Ali Jafar's pointing out as well, Kinkladze might get more game time with Ravanelli injured. That is a good point. 4.5 Kinkladze out of position midfielder playing up front could be a good option.
Mm-hmm.
Everton is not very interesting to most people.
Trying to think of any good Everton players at all. It's not good.
James Pan FPL, he's got Alan Stubbs. Him and David Weir are probably your defensive options. And
Stubbs got the clean sheet, didn't he, for him midweek? I think. Everton got.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I still think there's much better options at 4.5 to be honest, but if you want a differential, why not? Sean Davis has got a few days to go on his injury. Chris Coleman's beginning to return. He's still got 2 months to go, but he's at 60%. Steve Bronk, who's been very low condition for a long time, is slowly getting there. He's at 88%. I think you've got to consider him well in contention for this game week, I'd say.
Still at 88% though. He's not coming back quickly, is he?
No, he can't be very like natural fitness must be low, I would suspect. But
yeah. What I wanted to say on Fulham, and I'll bring it up now as well. I mean, Marley's back on fitness, is he? 100%?
Yeah, I was just looking for Marley. He must be, because everyone... Yeah, there he is. Back to full fitness. I mean, he's got 5 goals and 15. Sahar's come in and scored 2 goals in the last game. I would expect to see Marley still, would you?
I'm expecting to see Sahar and Marley. And I'm expecting Morte now to drop out. That's what I think I'm going to go for that for my tip of the week. With the Leeds fixtures turning, I think now is a good time to go Bo Morte to Kuhl.
Interesting.
Even though he's on penalties, he's done well. I think Bo Morte, I think he's going to drop into midfield and Zaha's going to start.
Okay.
And if you can make Zaha your third options forward, going like in a few weeks when you definitely see it's nailed, Zaha's the third forward.
So you're saying Zaha, okay. So who have they got next? Charlton away, Leeds away, Liverpool home. Then they've got 3 home. So Bo Morte, I love Bo Morte in this game. He's in my my zombie team. So I personally feel like at 8.5 million, he's one of the midfielders who you can trust to get returns, and for that reason, I would personally stick with. But I definitely hear what you're saying.
I think I would say for the next 4 fixtures that I think Leeds will score 12 goals, 14 goals in the next 4 fixtures.
Yeah.
I think Kuhl will get 4 or 5 attacking returns.
Okay.
So just for the time being, I think you can go Bo Morte to Kuhl and get a Leeds midfielder in.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. Just to point out quickly, Alan Gomer is on starting his 3-match ban today. We should rattle on through because we've actually we're heading towards an hour. But interesting. Pillow's Beard says consider Kuhl. He's basically just a 3.5 million more expensive version of McPhail. I would lean towards McPhail as well myself at 5 million. I think he's good value personally.
I don't think he's as nailed as Kuhl.
I agree with that as well, but I think he's still. But with Bo is injured for quite a long term, which helps.
True.
And I think McPhail's a good option at 5 million.
I mean, McPhail's great.
Yeah.
And so is Bakker. Bakker's done all right.
Yeah. So Ipswich, we've already talked about. They are embarking on a run of not so good games. Players wise, everyone's looking great, so there's no problems there. They face Newcastle, West Ham away, which isn't hugely problematic, but then they've got Leicester at home, Man United away, Blackburn away. They've got 4 away games out of 5 there. So, yeah, stick with your Ipswich defenders, Andy.
And we've seen the away record.
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly stick. I mean, on like first sub on your bench could be Ipswich defenders. Not a problem with that. I would keep. They're 4.5 million.
Yeah, maybe get rid of the double up if you've got it. Maybe.
Yeah. Double up's about too much. I've seen plenty on treble as well. Treble Ipswich defence, and that now looks crazy. It's been great going up to now with the home fixtures.
Yeah.
But coming into the away games,
get
off and maybe stick one. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So Sereni is unhappy because he's not adapted to life in England. Pep talk that's been for all season. It doesn't seem to be affecting him. Bowie has still got 2 months to go, as we discussed. And but again, fitness-wise, Leeds players look absolutely fine. Robbie Keane is 1 yellow away from a suspension, so he could have been a decent option, but you probably want to avoid there. Harry Kewell, who Andy mentioned, the thing that puts me with Harry Kewell, I would struggle to take out a player like Belmotta, who's got like 10 or 12 attacking returns for a player who's only got 4. That's my feeling on Kewell. I know he's underperforming, but yeah.
I mean, I thought about Belmotta, Selakovic, and Kewell.
Yeah.
And for the upcoming weeks, I would keep Selakovic and Kewell out of the 3.
Yeah, it's fair. It's definitely fair enough. I think he's a good pick. He could easily get an attacking return every game for the next.
Yeah. I mean, I've just seen the next 4 fixtures and the doubles coming up as well.
Yeah.
I think you need 3 leads.
Yes.
You got to have Viduka. Viduka is pretty much essential, I'd say.
Yeah.
Coming up now.
Yeah.
He brace every game he could get. I think Viduka's got to be the man you go to, even if it means sacrificing Van Nistelrooy. You got to get Viduka in. I'm that strong about Viduka next few weeks.
Yeah. That's a great run of fixtures for their attack there. Southampton away, Fulham at home, Tottenham away, West Ham at home, Villa at home, Derby away even for the double game week. That is a fantastic run for attackers especially.
Yeah.
Ian Hart at 6.5 I think is a really, really good choice as well. I haven't always been huge on him, but I feel like with this run of fixtures it's a great time to jump on him if you can.
So who would your 3 be? Because I would say Hart, Kewell and Viduka.
Yeah, so I think I would go for Hart, McPhail and Viduka.
Okay. McPhail's a good pick. I worry about his rotation.
Yeah, he could certainly get rotated. There's definitely a possibility there. But I think at 5 million, I wouldn't feel so bad if he were rotated because he's a 5th midfielder. You can bench him and no problem there. Right.
It all depends on funds as well. It depends on the team set up. But
yeah. I think I'd rather have. Yeah, I think we agree on they're good picks. I think Selakovic and Belmotta would be my guys that I want. But Viduka, I'm seeing here, James Pantafiel says, feels the same as you, Andy, on Viduka. Chris Hermitage, Viduka bandwagon, get on board. I think he's going to be a very popular pick. He's going to be highly owned by the time we get to that double game week and probably even before.
Yeah, and do you see that being Rebrov to Viduka owners and Kevin Phillips to Viduka? How do you see the transfers going?
It makes sense. So I've got to say, I'm not as on the fixtures as you are, I don't think. But those both make sense to me. I think you were saying you'd sacrifice Van Nistelrooy for Viduka. I think if you're willing to sacrifice Van Nistelrooy, you could sacrifice any other player in the game for him. Yeah, I think there's no problem with selling anyone, really. I do think Rebrov, though, is another player who, when we looked at those Spurs fixtures earlier, he's a consistent player. He's pretty fixture proof, I'd have said, and I think he could continue to bang. So he's one who I really like. So Phillips, I would lose first.
Yeah, I mean we've mentioned about 10 forward today already. I've mentioned Hasselbank's going to bang.
Yeah.
Viduka's going to bang. You got to keep Van Nistelrooy. Pedersen's great.
Yeah,
just cover all bases and then just
Malcolm Christie
comes in.
It's interesting. So Hesko was saying about what thoughts on Keane, potentially even as well as Viduka. I think if Keane can get through suspension, then I would consider him. I don't think until he gets through that suspension, I would steer clear. But I think he's a really good option as well. I would prefer Robbie Keane over Harry Kewell, personally.
I think rotation. With this Christmas period, I think Keane and McPhail are going to miss one. I wouldn't take the risk, and I don't think Kewell or Vajuka would.
So my feeling is, I don't mind a little bit of rotation if you've got the bench for it, basically. It's not the end of the world to have a play. I mean, obviously, this weekend, Man United, wholesale rotation, you miss 3 players, that's a problem. But in general, most of the time, the rotation's not been that bad. So I personally think I wouldn't mind having a little rotation here and there. But I would say that's if you've got 15 starters. If you've got like Steve Staunton on your bench, then it's a different matter.
Yeah, true.
James Planfield is asking, when does the deadline for 5 yellows kick in and extend to 10 games? That's a great question. If you go to the sticky thread, pin tweet, whatever it is, on the official account, there's an FAQ document which Rob Pick was working on this week. It's got the answer to that in there. I don't know off the top of my head, but I don't think it's until at least middle of January.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just going back to suspensions as well, we haven't missed any other suspensions, have we, so far, that's coming up? I know, like Patrick Berger.
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, we haven't missed any that are coming up this game week.
No, I was just sort of trying to look at future bans as well. I'll try and get some players up and have a quick look.
I'll talk through Leicester again. So here we go. Everyone's looking good at Leicester. Everyone's looking happy. Matt Elliott, you can see there, he's still suspended. Only 1 match to go for him. And at the top here, we've got Dennis Wise, who is back to 90% and therefore will be considered for selection again. Obviously, probably not one you want to bring in at a busy period. Callum Davison, 58%, but everyone else is looking fine. Tottenham at home, Villa at home, Ipswich away, Newcastle at home is a great run of Christmas fixtures. I think James Scowcroft is another one. And I'm not trying to knock your Kewell pick, by the way, here. Just give a different opinion, Andy.
Please knock it. No, please knock it.
But I'd go Scowcroft over Kewell even. Because I like to pick. This is how I play these sorts of games. But I like to pick players who've got the returns, basically. And I think Scowcroft's proven that he's going to get returns. So I really like Scowcroft. You can't have them all, though. You know, if you've got... this evening, I've basically given myself a front three of Viduka, Van Nistelrooy, Omri. I've got a midfield of Scowcroft, Beaumont. You know, I've got all the expensive ones. But I think Scowcroft is a good pick.
Yeah, just going back to some questions in the chat. So, near Shakhtar saying 5 yellow card suspensions. There's a kicking straight away. It's 2 weeks.
Is it the same even for yellows as well?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So it's 2 weeks again. So you get notice. So even if King gets a yellow card, he's still going to be all Christmas before he gets banned.
Yeah, I guess you really don't want Robbie Keane to just play 1 game in the double game week, do you? For that suspension as well. So that's something to consider. Yeah. He could pick up a yellow and just play 1 in the double game week, so you don't get a sub in. Don't want to waste that opportunity. Right, Liverpool. We've got Michael Owen at 90%, but still with a month to go. We've got Yari Littman at 90% with just a few days to go. Steven Gerrard, this is a new injury here. So Steven Gerrard, it's only a minor injury, but he's on 90%. He'll be eligible for selection, but he could be a bit of a risk through the Christmas period with that.
So there's some suspensions here because I noticed that, like Patrick Berger, I know Henshaw's on there already, but Patrick Berger won't miss a league game, so he got sent off yesterday for dissent.
Yeah. So
he's got a 1-match ban.
Yeah. Just to say, Andy, sorry, that James, thank you, James Linden, for posting in the chat. This 5 yellow cards before the end of February activates a 1-match ban, so those players are well in danger on the 4. Stefan Anshaw's 3-match ban starts this game week, so time to steal Stefan Anshaw. Patrick Berger has received a 1-match ban, but that will take him out of the FA Cup tie at Tranmere. So he's only going to miss the FA Cup tie. So Patrick Berger will not miss any league games with suspension. So he has got 4 goals and an assist in 7 games. He was sent off in 1 after 25 minutes. So in effect, that's really 4 goals and 6 starts, really. Do you think he's a good pick?
Not particularly. Not with all the other names you mentioned.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's okay. He's okay. But,
yeah.
I mean, and just remember as well, just if there is red cards in game week 19, it's 2 weeks. It's not 2 game weeks. So 2 weeks is going to be a long time if they get. It's going to be like 4 game weeks before they miss a game.
Yeah. That is very
So
true.
just bear that in mind for red cards. You're thinking, oh, I must sell, but it's going to be 4 game weeks down the line. So
That is very true. Right, Liverpool. We'll move on from Liverpool because they've been trying us hard recently. We spent lots of time on Pep Talkingsberger is a great option. I actually think he's a good budget option as well. If you're looking down the price range, I think he's a good budget option. Right, Giggs and Sylvester, those are not new injuries. You can see Giggs has still got 10 days to go. Sylvester still got 3 weeks to go. Everyone else is looking really fine. You would expect they would totally refresh their lineup for the next game.
huge game.
Yeah, massive game.
Can't big it up enough.
No, exactly. So Roy Keane's going to miss it. So there will be no. Oh, Vieira's been sold and Keane suspended. There's no Vieira Keane matchup. But yeah, Fabian Barthez, he has been given a 3-match ban. And that starts on the 2nd. So Fabian Barthez will miss the FA Cup tie Man City, then he'll miss the Ipswich and Liverpool League games. Difficult run for Man United to be coming up, to be fair. Arsenal away and Liverpool away in the next 5. They've got a couple of nice home ties, the 1st and the 9th there. But yeah, not the best run.
Not the best. I think we'll see people come away from Van Nistelrooy captaincy, which is nice.
People ask about Liverpool transfers, Andy. We forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, big news.
It's 2 Liverpool sells. So, Dietmar Hamann has moved on to Bayern Munich. Now, he's actually played 6 starts and 5 sub-appearances. Now, he makes Patrick Berger maybe an even slightly better option because he will give Berger more space in midfield. It makes Gerrard pretty much 100% nailed, I would have argued.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, less impactful, Bernard Diamed, has joined Bordeaux for 2.6 million. He only played 3 sub-appearances, so that's less significant. But Diamed and Hamann have left.
Let's hope they sign someone decent.
Yeah, fingers crossed. They've got a little kitty there, haven't they? 13.5 million. Time to buy someone.
Yeah.
Right, Middlesbrough. So, again, those 94% is absolutely fine. Hugo Ekiog there is a yellow card away from suspension, as we've discussed.
So box it back to 100, is it?
Boxic is back to 100. Subbed off at 50 minutes in the last game. Obviously, to the disappointment of his owners. Back to 100%. Great option.
I was expecting him to be 85 to 90%. I'm surprised he's 100.
I guess he's in effect, he's wouldn't have got that low in that last game, and he's had time to recover, I suppose. So, if you own Boxic, it's good news. He's ready to go for the Christmas period. Move on, Borough.
Yeah, I mean, everyone looks fit, don't they? So,
will they win the league? Do you think, mate?
I hope so. I really hope so. I still don't think they will, but let's hope. I mean, it's amazing sim. If we sim Middlesbrough winning the title, how amazing would that be?
Yeah.
Who's got I was having this chat last night on a chat I'm in. Who do you think's what's the bigger story? If Chelsea go down or Middlesbrough win the league?
Oh, I think Middlesbrough win the league. I mean, that would be unbelievable. That was like Leicester in terms of. I mean, Middlesbrough are a decent side, but I've never ever seen them win the league. I did see a sim about a month or so ago where they won. Someone did a sim and Middlesbrough won the Premier League in the 2nd season. That's the only time I've ever heard of Middlesbrough win the Premier League. So, yeah, they're doing amazing.
Yeah,
FPL Chancellor says, I feel like saluting every time the Borough squad comes up. They are the kings. I love them. But yeah, we should move on. I don't think they're going to win the league, but I'm enjoying them being top. So,
let's hope so.
We've got Solano and Robert on long-term injuries. Kieran Dyer is back to 90%. Alan Shearer is injured still for a week. Now, I don't know. I think, let's just have a look at his injury history. So, this is the same injury that kept him out of the last game, but he still has a week to go. He's recovering slowly. So, Alan Shearer will miss this match. He may be back for that Southampton home match, but he is definitely out of the Ipswich game.
He's finished.
Yeah, I mean, if he can get himself fit, he's the sort of player he can do well as soon as he's fit, but he's hardly been fit.
Yeah, a few people jumping on Carl Cork, I've noticed.
Interesting. Yeah, I heard him being discussed somewhere this week. Again, I can't remember where, I'm sorry. But, yeah. Again, for me, no goals in 8 games. I would personally stay clear. But he is a good player who can score a lot of goals. And bearing in mind that he's coming off the back of... I thought he did better than that at Wimbledon, but he's coming off the back of 2 average seasons.
So you're saying he's due?
He's due, exactly. Right, Southampton. We'll keep moving on just because we're running a...
Yeah, it's getting late.
So Davis and Svensson were already injured. Jason Dodd's back to 2% fitness, so not one to worry about. And Tahar is at 90%, but basically all the players who you are likely to have who weren't already injured look fine. Dan Petrescu begins his 3-match ban, so time to jump off Dan Petrescu if you own him, despite me saying at the weekend I would buy him. And yeah, I mean, Southampton, you're probably not looking at these players. Their fixtures are sort of okay, but they're a pretty bad team. Emerson Tome has picked up an injury. That's news that will affect a fair number of managers. It's only a week, but a week at this stage of the season is at least 1 and possibly 2 games. So Emerson Tome is out, and that's the main headline at Sunderland. They've got Derby away. They've got a really beastly run as well, so good time to sell him. Stefan Schwartz is on a yellow, getting close to suspension. I think with their fixtures, would you say sell Phillips now, mate?
Yeah, I think Phillips to Viduka is a move you can make.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, I've enjoyed Phillips' run. They've had good fixtures. He's returned. He's done very well, like I thought he would.
Yeah.
But now's the time again to jump on the fixtures and go Leeds.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had a good little run, hasn't he? But it might be his time is up.
Would you sell him? Still
yeah,
good?
I'd sell Phillips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Rebroff, orange injury. So Rebroff is also now on 90%, and he is out for a few days. So he will be up for selection. But will they select him? Who knows? And if he plays, will he get injured? That's all up for grabs. But Rebroff is on an orange injury. He's at 90%. He's out for a few days. Might feature, might not. So something to consider for Rebroff owners. Again, that would probably push me towards Viduka if I owned him. So it feels too risky at this point.
It feels like Viduka's going to be 50% owned this game week.
He's going to be, I reckon, do you think most bought-in player this week?
Oh, definitely so. Yeah. I think people are going to go Phillips, Rebroff to Viduka.
Yeah.
Other players as well. Fowler, if he's still holding him.
Yeah.
Viduka, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only a minor injury, as Ian McAllister pointed out, but yeah, I think he probably will still play. I agree that Rebroff might play, but say if he picks up, they're susceptible to injury, and if they decide he needs to come off after 20 minutes. Yeah, people say he's winning the captain poll. I'm surprised. Leicester away, I don't think that's an easy game. Although I know it's a tricky week for captains. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Move to West Ham. West Ham, Paul Kitson's injured, but other than that...
Please go down. I know FPL Lions won't be happy, but...
We done there?
Yeah. Whenever you do club by club and get to West Ham, it's always... Is Joe Colony good?
Yeah, I think Joe Cole's quite a nice pick. But that's it, isn't it?
And then off we go,
Yeah. Let's move off to West Ham. We don't care about West Ham. They're rubbish.
Canite's all right. I mean, they've got 2 home fixtures. Canite's all right.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I don't... My tips of the week are terrible compared to yours. But I'm saying Thomas Repka. He's my outside differential tip of the week for Bolton home, Ipswich home. I'm going to say Thomas Repka just to be different because he'll play, he gets bonus, he can score goals.
Good shout.
Why not?
I mean, your tips are more of a gamble than mine. I'm going very safe with... I mean, I'll go Kuehl as my tip.
Yeah. I like to be outlandish.
My tip of the week is by Morte to Kuehl.
Nice.
Ooh, I think that's the biggest punt I've had this season.
Okay, nice. And my tip is that Morte will outperform Kuehl over the next 4 games.
Let's see Wednesday night.
Why not? No one's holding me to account. If I get it wrong, I say, "Oh, you were right again, Andy. Well done." Right. So, one cool thing on the website, just very quickly as well, is I love this view. I assume it's been updated, but I love being able to see the players. So, like Boa Morte, there you can see just to say his second highest scoring midfielder now. I love that sort of view. Henrik Pedersen up to 4th, but you guys can all enjoy that from where you can enjoy it now. So, just thought I'd point that out quickly. Should we have a quick look at the fixtures coming up, mate?
Yeah, just click through. I mean, we'll be back next Sunday. Just have a quick look at game week 20. Obviously, the week break, if everyone said earlier.
So, game week 19, here we go. We've got Arsenal against Man United. Massive match. That's going to be significant.
I'll say 2-1 United. I think they'll come back strong.
I'm going to say 1-0 Arsenal.
Oh,
why not?
I think I prefer Arsenal to win.
People will hate that if that happens, but I'm going to say 1-0 Arsenal. With a red card for someone from Man United thrown in. because it's getting late. I'm getting delirious. Blackburn versus Liverpool, Charlton versus Fulham, Chelsea versus Villa, Derby versus Sunderland, Everton versus Middlesbrough, Leicester versus Spurs, Newcastle versus Ipswich, Southampton versus Leeds, West Ham versus Bolton. What do you think, Andy? Where do you see goals? Which games?
I think Southampton Leeds. They'll be like Southampton. I think Southampton will score.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I don't think they'll go defensive against Leeds at home.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that being a 2-4 result.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be goals though. I think like Middlesbrough will score at Everton, and then Everton will come out and try and attack Middlesbrough. There'll be goals there.
Yeah.
Tottenham, Leicester, always goals in Tottenham.
Yeah.
And even Liverpool, Blackburn.
Yeah.
That's decent.
Yeah, I think Blackburn Liverpool. I definitely back Liverpool for a clean sheet in that one personally.
Would you?
As far as an away game goes, I feel like I can see Liverpool getting a clean sheet as an away team. Chelsea Villa. I mean, I think this could be a lot of goals this game week. But we'll see. Who's top captaincy pick for you this week, mate?
I'm going to say Viduka, even though it's away.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
I think brace for Viduka.
Yeah. Nice. I'm going to say. So this is really differential, but and I'm not just saying it to take the mick, but Luis Boamorte at Charlton. I'm not even. I believe in him. I believe in him. So I think Luis Boamorte is a good pick.
Boamorte captain. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really tough one, isn't it?
I'm saying get off him. Get him off. Like if you've got to get the kill in.
Yeah.
You've got to get an attacking return.
We'll see. We're going to sim it after this, so we'll know soon.
In 5 minutes, we'll know.
I think Viduka's a really nice shout. I think, to be honest, Van Nistelrooy, Henry, Veron, those sorts of players are your safe picks. Yeah, it's interesting though. Big teams are away, basically. It's going to be a good one. Maybe even a Middlesbrough attacker, maybe like a Rickard or a Johnston. I think Middlesbrough will get at least a couple of goals at Everton. It's going to be. I think it's going to be interesting. Really interesting. Looking forward to this one.
Oh yeah, I'm going to say as well. I'm going to say there's going to be one clean sheet somewhere. I don't know who for, but I'll say only one clean sheet.
Okay, nice.
It's Boxing Day madness. Always happens, doesn't it?
Boxing Day madness. Absolutely, I like that. Great. Is there anything else to add, Andy?
No, that's good. Let's sim the games. Let's get them.
Yeah, we'll do it right now. Not really. Yeah, great. Well, just as a final reminder, we're going to have a week gap between GW19 and 20, but Luke will be doing a stream on Wednesday night, so do tune in for Luke's stream. You know what he's like. He's a genius. He knows his stuff. So tune in for that. And then next Saturday we'll be doing some polls, and then on Sunday evening, myself, Andy, James Alapran, and James Planet FPL and Luke will all be joined together for a bumper panel pod, looking back on the first half of the season and looking ahead to the second half of the season. So, yeah.
You know what next Sunday sounds like to me? It sounds like my dressing gown and cigar kind of evening for me.
Are you going to be wearing a dressing gown? That's nice. I look forward to it. I'm going to show up now in a dressing gown and you'll be just normally clothed. I'm not going to wear a dressing gown. I wouldn't do that to people. My wife's just walked in. She's out. She's laughing at me. She doesn't know what's happening.
It's too hot. I'm hot enough in this.
It's just the guy from the internet that I know. Anyway, right. Should we finish off there?
Yeah, that's all good.
Nice. So yeah, we'll see you next week, guys. And obviously, from sort of Thursday, Friday, we'll be transitioning to the website. Please do keep your eyes peeled on our Twitter page. Please, if this is the week where we'll be asking you to sort of share things, retweet things if you can, to let people know about the information and new players. But yeah, have a great week, everyone.
Yeah, we'll guide you through. Don't worry, it's going to be simple. Don't worry.
It's easy. Anyone can do it, so don't panic. And yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll be in James's stream on Wednesday night as well, so we'll see you then.
Yeah, and also stop DMing us about Game Week 14. I get loads of those.
Oh yeah, Game Week 14. Don't worry about Game Week 14 in your sheets. Everything's fine. We're on it. Cool. Yeah. Stay safe. Look after yourselves, everyone. Have a good night. Here comes a long goodbye.
See you later.
See ya.
Glad tidings.
Evening. Oh, I'm watching myself. End stream. And,